Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A man who is known across the country as an alleged airport scammer is now in the Wayne County Jail. We'll tell you how airport police tracked him down.
Okay, Coco. The controversy over how this man, now facing sex crime charges, became a school volunteer takes center stage tonight in Wyandotte.
But we begin with an update on breaking news. The manhunt in southwest Detroit for this man, Kyle Cherry, is now over.
Now, Cherry is believed to be involved in an incident this afternoon in which shots were fired at Detroit police. They believe the shooters are the same men involved in the carjacking of an off-duty Harper Woods police officer earlier this morning.
Our Mara McDonald is live in Southwest tonight with the very latest. Mara.
Jace, I got to be careful about what I show you out here because a lot of these guys are undercover, but Detroit SWAT just made entry to a home here near Norman and Pitt. Detroit police sources confirming for us that the person that they have taken into custody is Kyle Cherry. Cherry is the one that Detroit police have been looking for since about 2:45 this afternoon. That's when they say Detroit police tried to stop the SUV that Cherry was in. When they tried to make that stop, they say Cherry opened fire. One witness tells me he heard at least 4 rounds go off aimed at Detroit police. None of those officers were hit, but they say Cherry and perhaps another accomplice took off in that SUV, dumped it here in Southwest near Beard and Gartner, and he ran. They've had a manhunt for him going on ever since, a manhunt that sources once again confirmed for us just came for an end here at Norman and Pitt. Detroit SWAT making entry into a home here. Detroit police sources confirming for us they've got Cherry in custody. We're live in Southwest right now. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Okay, Mara. Well, now to the controversy over how a man with a violent criminal past and now facing new sex crime charges was allowed to become a school volunteer in Wyandotte.
Jermont Terry is live outside a school board meeting that's expected to have a lot of parents in attendance tonight. Jermont?
Yeah, you're right about that, Jason. Now, so many people are expected to voice their concerns at this school board meeting in Wyandotte that they decided to move it here to the high school. They have to try to accommodate the crowd. Now, the superintendent will try to explain how this parent was able to volunteer. Meanwhile, those upset parents are here looking for answers and also just want some clarity about what's going on here.
The new school year at Wyandotte Public Schools not underway yet, but the school district finds itself explaining what went on last year. That's when parent Michael Beebe was allowed to volunteer at Monroe Elementary despite having a criminal past. Records show he served time in prison for home invasion in the late 1990s. The district did a background check, yet still allowed Beebe to remain a parent volunteer around students. Now we've learned Beebe had been under investigation by police since May and officially arrested in July for child sex charges, 15 counts to be exact. The thought left parents demanding top school leaders, including the superintendent and school principal, step down.
You put our kids in jeopardy. You were supposed to take care of them, and you didn't.
The district insisting none of the alleged crimes happened on school property. The superintendent released a statement this week saying, in part, the last time he volunteered as a watchdog was in September 2017. She adds he was never left alone with any students. In regards to how he passed the background with his felony, the superintendent said he was originally denied. However, he provided additional evidence to me and was ultimately granted the ability to be a watchdog where he would be under the supervision of staff.
And tonight, the district acknowledging that it is considering making changes to the appeals process in light of this case. This school board meeting getting underway in less than 30 minutes. We will go inside and have a live update for you beginning at 11. For now, reporting live in Wyandotte, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
And Jermont, in this, there was an anonymous letter about this parent, from a parent who was concerned about what was going on. Any word on what happened with that letter?
Well, the superintendent is saying that they received that letter, but because it was sent anonymously, they couldn't really reach out to the parent and let them know that BB was not volunteering still at the time. Now, it's likely going to be addressed, all the details that was in that letter, the concerns in this meeting tonight, and Jason will most definitely update you then at 11.
All right, we'll be waiting. Thanks, Jermont.
A professional poker player known for scamming people at airports all across the country is in jail. Michael Borovitz allegedly approached people at airports with a sad story to get money and would promise to pay it back, but he never did. Well, now he's been arrested by airport police at DTW. Coco McAvoy joins us from the airport tonight. And Coco, this guy has been caught several times before.
Yes, Michael Borovets has a criminal history that spans across 13 different states. And airport police here in Detroit have been trying to track him down for 4 years after he allegedly scammed people here at this airport. This is Michael Borovets. He's a professional poker player, but police say he hit his jackpots by scamming people at airports across the country.
Explaining that he has a degree from Penn State in engineering, and he's just fallen on hard times and needs a little help.
The Penn State part is true, but the rest was allegedly part of a scheme.
He'd escort them to the ATM. They would withdraw a couple $100 most times and give it to him, and he would promise to pay him back.
Borovets didn't pay people back, and in a podcast on YouTube with Joey Ingram, he talks about how he pulled it off.
I was saying, I'm getting no money wire, blah, 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 that's what I would say, and, a lot of people trusted me and gave me money. People say I had a trusting face. I guess I do. His
face is pretty well known too. Borovets has been convicted multiple times for fraud at several airports.
I was basically like a druggie, a junkie trying to get money for my high.
Airport police at DTW tracked him for years and caught up with him this weekend.
So we had arrest warrants in hand, and we knew that he would be passing through our airport. And so we were able to take him off of a flight.
Now the poker player is back in jail, and police hope this time he stays there for a while. And with the current charges, Borovets is facing just 2 years behind bars, but airport police are hoping that more victims come forward because that could mean more charges could be filed. Back to you.
Yeah. Okay, Coco.
Choosing Oakland County's new executive turned into a political brawl today. The county commission is looking to install a replacement through an application process. Local 4's Rod Maloney has been watching how it's gone and has the latest tonight on how this entire situation has turned ugly. Hey, Rod.
Yeah, hi, Jason. Take a look. I've got 18 applications for appointment in my hand, mostly from people you've never heard of. And some of these are serious. You've got CEOs with backgrounds in finance. You've got people who are not serious at all. But in the middle of all of this, there are some political noses getting bloodied. The Oakland County Commission chose not to hold a special election and instead has a bipartisan candidate evaluation committee picking a leader from applications handed in by noontime today. Here's the breakdown. 21 applications received. 3 didn't give any background information. 1 not at all serious, using the name Ima Scam, currently unemployed, offering no references, saying her only experience with complex budgeting is balancing a household budget. When it comes to party affiliation, 6 said they were Republican, 4 Democrats, 2 Independents, 1 Libertarian, 5 gave none. The best known name on the list is David Woodward, former county commission chairman who stepped down last week looking to take the job. But that move and the political deal-making that have gone into this process has County Treasurer Andy Meisner, who did not put his name in as a candidate for the interim job, calling the process beyond flawed. He alleges dirty deals and self-interested politicians and fears council member Shelley Goodman-Taub may have committed criminal wrongdoing in texting other county commissioners saying to delete emails after a Freedom of Information request came in. On the phone with Local 4 News today, Goodman-Taub said, quote, "I turned in all my emails, wanted to prevent improper content getting out. I followed up with, don't break the law." As for demands for her to step down, she said, quote, "I am not going to resign," end quote. Well, and all of this picks up tomorrow morning because the county commission is going to start interviewing the applicants that they're getting in interviews here starting tomorrow. They're going to be putting them live online, and they're open to the public, and they could vote on L. Brooks Patterson's replacement as early as Friday. Back to you.
Boy, yeah, you're not understating it. Politically, though, Rod, what are the ramifications tonight with this?
Well, let's take a look at this, Jason, because this is very interesting. You've got 10 votes Democrat, 10 votes Republican. It's going to take Republican votes to get a Democrat appointed, and so that's what much of the wrangling has been over. But this afternoon, the Republican Party came out and backed Meisner, saying that essentially he is correct in saying that there should have been an election and not this application process. This is far from over.
Yeah, certainly doesn't look like it's going to go very smoothly. Rod, all right, thanks. Police say they stole almost $2 grand in Jordan gear and fought off a guard who tried to stop them.
Take a look here. East Point police are trying to identify these 3 men. We're told they stole a bunch of sweatpants from Foot Locker on 8 Mile near Gratiot earlier this month. If you recognize them, you're asked to call East Point police.
Time to get a look at some of the top national stories you'll see right here on Nightly News at 6:30.
Lester Holt joins us live from New York with a preview. Lester, good evening.
Hey, Kim and Jason, coming up, our exclusive interview with the acting director of ICE, what he says about the emotional account of kids left without their parents after last week's raids. Plus, the major new team-up just announced between two big names, the NFL and music superstar Jay-Z joining forces as the league tries to move beyond 2 years of protest and controversy.
Yeah, this is interesting, and it's a partnership on and off the field, so to say, Lester.
Yeah, because Jay-Z will work with the NFL for entertainment, but also social justice, which gets back to some of those protests and things they've been dealing with. We'll tell you a bit more on Nightly News.
Yeah, we look forward to hearing it. We'll see you in just a bit, Lester. Thanks.
Still to come here at 6. Last night's rain did more damage than just the flooding in Macomb County. See what happened to the Clinton River that authorities hoped would not. Ben.
We are rain-free tonight, Jason. Temperatures warm in the evening, humidity continuing to drop, so it's going to be a comfortable finish. We'll show you how long that rain stays at bay.
And Ben, the biggest consumer complaints of the year now revealed. What we learned may surprise you. We have that information from the experts coming up in my Help Me Hank report right after the break.
Do you remember when back in the day doctors made house calls?
It's funny because my sister, when I told her that we were, that the pediatrician was coming here, she asked, "What is this, 1962?
Now everything old is suddenly new again.
I think it's a huge convenience.
See how this local mom and dad with newborn twin girls used a new service they feel made their lives easier.
It's going to reduce your anxiety about parenting in general.
The story coming up tonight at 11.
On the next Live in the D, where you can party like royalty this summer.
Plus, make plans for new restaurant deals coming to town.
Tomorrow at 10 a.m. on Local 4.